All right, so we're going deep on something a little different this time.
Yeah, this one's it's pretty visually driven.
Totally. Yeah, we've got this image, and I'm just going to try to like paint it with words for everyone listening.
Okay, I'm ready to see what you do with this one.
So picture this. Okay, it's night, and you're looking out over this huge expanse of like totally pristine snow.
Okay, got it. Snow everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. And it's all under this incredible night sky. But the thing is, this isn't just any night sky, you know?
Oh, I bet I know where this is going.
Yeah, there's the aurora borealis happening up there.
Ah, the Northern Lights.
Yeah, exactly. And like we're talking the full shebang, you know, it's that vibrant, almost electric green, just kind of like rippling across the sky.
Okay, I'm picturing it. So we've got the snow, the dark, the aurora. What else?
Right. So in the middle of all this, right, smack dab in the foreground, there are two figures just sitting there.
Just sitting.
Yeah, and get to there are these bright red chairs.
Okay, now that's a detail that pops.
Right. And that's not even all. So behind them, a little ways back, you can see the soft glow of light coming from inside a few teepees.
Okay, so a little bit of human presence amidst all this vastness.
Yeah, exactly. And then to top it all off, there's a frozen lake in the foreground. And it's reflecting the whole sky. You know, the aurora, the stars, everything.
Wow, so it's like the whole scene is mirrored.
Exactly. And the overall feeling that the source material is getting at is one of peace and like a kind of magic, almost like a dream.
Yeah, I can definitely see that just from your description. So what's the plan for this deep dive?
Well, I think it would be really fascinating to kind of break down what makes this image so captivating. You know, like how do these different elements all work together to create that feeling of wonder and tranquility?
Yeah, because you're right. It's definitely more than just a pretty picture. It's like it evokes something deeper.
Totally.
Really.
So where should we start?
Well, I'm kind of curious about the aurora itself. Like, what is it about the Northern Lights that makes them so awe-inspiring?
That's a great question because it's not just any light show, right? It's got this sort of majesty to it, the way it dances across the sky. And that green is so intense, so otherworldly.
Yeah, it really does feel like something beyond our everyday experience.
And the science behind it is pretty amazing, too. It's all about charged particles from the sun colliding with oxygen in our atmosphere, which releases that green light.
So it's like a cosmic ballet happening right above us.
Exactly. And the way it constantly shifts and moves is because of the interplay between those particles and the Earth's magnetic field.
So it's beautiful, and it's a reminder of these huge forces at play in the universe.
Okay, but let's bring it back down to Earth for a minute and talk about those red chairs. I mean, they're such a simple thing, but they really stand out against all that white and green.
Yeah, they totally draw your eye. And I think that's intentional. You know, red is often associated with warmth and energy, and it really pops against the cooler tones of the snow and the sky.
It's like they create a focal point, right? And maybe even suggest a feeling of comfort or connection amidst all that grandeur.
Exactly. And think about the choice of seating, too. They're just chairs, nothing fancy. It's like these people have just stopped to take it all in, you know, just to be present in the moment.
It's so simple, yet so powerful.
Yeah.
And it reinforces that sense of peace that we were talking about.
It's like an invitation to just be still and contemplate.
And then we've got those teepees with the light spilling out from inside. They add another layer to the scene, don't they?
Definitely, they hint at home and, you know, a sense of belonging even in this vast landscape.
And that warm light, it's like a beacon against the cold and darkness.
Yeah, it creates this contrast that really works, you know, the warmth of human connection set against the awesomeness of nature.
And then there's the snow and the frozen lake. They create this feeling of stillness and serenity.
The snow is like a blanket muffling all sound, and that reflective surface of the lake, it doubles the visual impact. It's like the whole landscape is in awe.
So when you put it all together, it's really quite amazing. You've got the awe-inspiring aurora, the quiet beauty of the snow, the welcoming warmth of the teepees, and those two figures just taking it all in.
And don't forget the reflection. It's like another world down there, a perfect copy of what's above.
It's both intimate and expansive at the same time.
And that's what makes it so compelling, I think, the way it blends the personal with the universal. You have this massive cosmic event, but it's being experienced on a very individual level.
So, okay, let's go back to that main image. The two figures in the red chairs bathed in the green light of the aurora. We've talked about the colors, the stillness, the warmth, the overall feeling of peace and wonder.
It's a great example of how simple elements can create something truly profound and moving, especially when they're placed in a specific context like this.
Which brings me to something I'd like you to consider. What other seemingly ordinary moments in your own life might hold that same kind of magic if you just paused to really observe them?
Yeah, you know, the world is full of these little moments of beauty and connection, but we don't always take the time to notice them.
Exactly. So think about the red chairs. Think about this scene.
Mm.
What seemingly mundane things in your everyday life might be just as magical if you just took a seat and really paid attention.